Okay, hello guys. Welcome back. Fire Pro Dainer. Nice to have you guys back. So let's talk about gauges. If your sprinkler system has gauges, now wait, Diner. Your sprinkler system should have gauges, must have gauges, right? Gauges has to be changed every 5 years, right? So we have in the sprinkler system we have air gauges, water gauges, or it can be water and air gauges at the same time. I have one. This gauge in my hand says water and air gauge. It just says just right at the bottom here, right? So that means that you can use this gauge either for your dry system air side or water size, right? You can use it anyway, right? So I'm gonna proceed to change this gauge. I already changed the one on top. I need this guy for you guys. See? So the first thing you gotta use, you need to have the proper tool. I have my hands, I have the some people call it crescent wrench or adjustable wrench. I call it adjustable wrench because you kind of like adjust it whatever size you need, right? Kind of like adjust it. So the first thing you gotta do is you need to close this three-way gate valve, quarter inch. This is quarter inch valve. You need to close it, right? To be able to open this. I already loose it a little bit. So then you start to remove your oil gauge, the gauge that is expired, right? Then then you're gonna then in my hands I have the gauge that I'm going to start. This gauge that I'm going to start is, I don't know if you guys can see, 2024. It's just the gauge just has the date right up to 2024, right? So I'm gonna uninstall this gauge right here. The first thing you're gonna just put it by hand, right? Then you're gonna use your crescent wrench. Then you're gonna grab the angle that's good for you. Then you're gonna tighten this guy, right? Make sure it's tight. So one thing that I will explain you guys is that when you uh when you put in the T tape, we call it T tape. When you put in the T tape on the T tape, basically means whatever goes to. This is something that goes, right? It's a T tape, so, or people call it Teflon tape, something like that. It's just basically something like that 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 you have to wrap it, right, on the gauge thread, right? When you put in the T tape, you have to make sure not to cover this little hole. It's really small, tiny hole. I'm gonna show you guys. You need to make sure you're not to cover this, because this, if you cover this hole, the gauge is not gonna be able to read, right, either the water or the air pressure in the system. And you're gonna be like, oh, the gauge is defective. No, it's just probably cover this hole, right? That's one thing. Another thing, real quick, that I'm gonna show you guys is that gauges, they always have like a little sticker. I'll show you guys this one here. I think it's, yeah, this one here. It's like a little sticker, right? Gauges always has this little sticker. What it means is that you gotta put the day that you install the gauge, right? You're gonna put the date that you install the gauge, so that way whoever comes next, he will notice that when that gauge was installed, and then from there 5 years has to be replaced, right? So this is you kind of like a, I think I have pens on my hands. It's gonna, this basically means that you gotta write today is, I guess it's, okay. I was, yep, that's it. And write it up my sticker, and then you're gonna put this sticker right at the bottom, right at the bottom of the gauge. You put this right here, right, right there. So that way, whoever comes, he knows that that gauge has a date, right? So basically, that's it. And when you finish installing, you just have to make sure to open the gate three-quarter way valve, three-way valve. So that way your system will measure whatever it is, if it's air or water pressure, right? So that's pretty much for from gauges. For next time, I don't know if you guys noticed, but some gauges has three lines or numbers, right? This only has one line. See, something like this, something like this. some gauges has two lines, one on the top. Oh, actually, this one has two. See, that's what I was playing you guys in my next video. Why we has those differential numbers on the gauge, and yeah, what is those numbers for? Why we have it on the gauge, right? I was playing you guys in the next video. Please stay tuned, subscribe to the channel Fire Pro Dainer, and we're gonna be talking about many things in fire sprinkler system. Fire sprinkler is great. We're gonna be talking about that for many years. Okay, for now, see you, bye.